Dekat kedai kopi tu, lelaki tu macam ada sentuh dia. He talked about sex. She started to realise that she feels uncomfortable.
When it is unwanted or unwelcome conduct of a sexual nature, when you feel uncomfortable, when you feel humiliated, it really becomes an issue. Sexual harassment is normal, it's not a big deal, but we need to reverse that.
If you're in some dark place and nobody else is there, I would not recommend you do this, but let's say you're going past a group of guys and they go, or whatever it is, and you turn around and you say, excuse me, is that a problem? We recognize that the people who sexually harass are the more senior people in organizations. It is harder for someone young to stand up to that. So it's very, very important that the workplace have a policy that is known, that is understood by people there, that if they encounter sexual harassment, they know who to go to.
If you are a student and you're facing this, I would recommend that you publicize it. For example, if you have a tribunal and you feel it's unfair and they're asking you the wrong question, take it public. This is the time of social media. Tweet it, share it on Facebook and get the attention of the government.
You know, there's always a constant struggle when you talk about freedoms and you talk about rights. It's not absolute. You have to sometimes see and look at the context. I don't want to hear comments about how my body looks. Does that mean I'm curtailing your right to freedom of speech? I have a right to curtail that, your right to speech, if it affects my right to be free from violence and discrimination.
I shouted at him like, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? But he just pretended that he didn't hear me and just walked away. But nobody came to help or nobody tried to ask what happened. So I just want to know, like, if I really want to take this seriously, what laws am I protected under?
Penal code, because it involves punishment and because it involves damages, people are often intimidated and feel that their cases are not severe enough to be reported. The Employment Act, as we know, is at the prerogative of employers. It only covers situations within the course of employment. We want it to cover public spaces, online harassment as well. We'd very much like for the proposed bill to be gender neutral, to be able to protect minorities and marginalized groups.
Because it's tied to gender-based violence, it requires really the understanding of the dynamics of power. We need to be vigilant to question the patriarchal nature of the justice system in itself and the sexism that even persists within the justice system. We've got to go further and look at having gender-sensitized training to the investigative committee first before we're able to then sit down and have a just investigation and not to further persecute the survivor.